We have breaking news tonight on our southern border, where the Biden administration now has reportedly approved a plan to complete a section of border wall near Yuma, Arizona. Now, this comes as Biden's border disaster is getting worse by the day. But Joey himself, remember, he said during the campaign he'd never build another foot of Trump's wall. Take a look.
Trump campaigned on build that wall. Are you willing to tear that wall down?
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
And it was failing press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre who tweeted to President Trump in 2019, quote, "Where are the pesos for your bigoted wall?" She shouldn't say that about Joe. Now, of course, border walls are effective. It's a deterrent to stop illegal immigrants who are now even overwhelming Democratic-run areas like New York and Washington, D.C. But, of course, Muriel Bowser, D.C. mayor, the new mayor of New York, Eric Adams, they're just getting a small glimpse of what border towns are suffering day in and day out under the Biden administration. Their open borders, united sanctuary states of American policies. Is it possible that Governor Abbott's policies of sending illegals to D.C. has actually worked? Here with reaction, American First founder Steve Miller, along with Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. Steve Miller, I'll tell you right now, when Muriel Bowser, she finally, decided, she found an instance to call up the National Guard. It's because that Greg Abbott has been sending all the illegal immigrants to Washington, D.C., which, by the way, every Republican governor needs to follow suit. Every illegal immigrant should be put in a bus, send them to Joe Biden's home at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He's aiding and abetting the law breaking. He's not enforcing our laws. He's not respecting our sovereignty. So if he wants to, if this is his policy, let him deal with the problems he's causing all these states. I think that's fair, Stephen Miller.
Amen. Every Republican governor who can should get those illegal immigrants onto buses and ship them up to Washington, D.C. Here's a stunning fact. Muriel Bowser says it's a crisis, which it is, to have 4,000 illegal immigrants bused to Washington, D.C. We have had 4 million recorded encounters, 4 million recorded encounters under Biden, and that's not even counting the record number of gotaways, both known and unknown, who are streaming across into Arizona, into Texas, and then filtering into every city all across this country. That's not just a crisis. That's an unmitigated catastrophe.
It is a catastrophe. Andy Biggs, you've been down there. I would like to think that actually the light went on and they're beginning to see that their policies are a disaster, but I don't think that's the case. This is a particularly rough section in Yuma where they've had a lot of problems. What is the rationale, in your view? Why this one section?
Well, Morelos Dam gets a lot of traffic, but this is an election year kind of symbol for them. That's all this is. This is tokenism. Because if you move 2 to 3 miles south of the Morelos Dam area that they're going to fill in just several hundred feet of fencing in, you come to the Cocopah Reservation, and Sean and Stephen knows this. You guys, that is where most of the 1,000 people that are coming across in Yuma every day are coming, right there at the Cocopah Reservation. So you close off the Morelos Dam, you might inhibit maybe 100 or so a day, and then people are going to come down at the Cocopah Reservation. So they're not going to really accomplish much. But what it does is they say, look, we built this fence here, and it's election year. See, we're serious. And they're not serious at all. It continues to be a catastrophe. In my opinion, it's an actual invasion.
Well, I mean, you call it whatever name you're going to call. Here's the deal. We have laws in this country. We have a president that is not only ignoring, he's aiding and abetting. And Stephen Miller, we can take it a step further. You get preferential treatment if you don't respect our laws, sovereignties, and borders. You don't get a COVID check, you don't get a vaccine mandate, you get a Biden phone, and you get a free trip to the state of your choice. Not a bad deal for people that are breaking the law. That's Joe Biden's policy.
No, in Joe Biden's America, illegal immigrants are first-class citizens and everyone else is a second-class citizen. They get to the front of the line on immigration. They get free health care, free shelter, free food, free transportation, free education, discount tuition. and immunity from federal laws that every single one of us would be punished for. We've talked about this before, Sean. If you or I engage in smuggling or trafficking or illegal cross-border transportation of human beings, we would be charged with felonies. And yet illegal immigrants who are complicit in those crimes aren't charged, nor, of course, are the members of the Biden administration who are also complicit in those crimes. It's a state of total lawlessness, directed, orchestrated, and organized by 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue with the full support of Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and their Democrat majorities in Congress.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.